Los Angeles is dying. Not slowly. Not quietly. Mass unemployment. Homelessness. Civil unrest tearing the city apart from the inside. The prisons are beyond capacity. Red zones are established just to contain violent criminals. And every single day, hundreds of officers lose their lives in the line of duty. Something has to change. So the government does the unthinkable. They build the Mercy Court. An AI system that acts as judge, jury, and executioner all at once. No lengthy trials. Suspects are judged within hours of their crime. The AI operates from one assumption: you are guilty until you prove otherwise. 2 years in, 18 people executed. Crime down 68%. Billions saved in taxpayer money. People finally feel safe again. The system works. The people believe in it. And nobody believed in it more than Detective Chris Reed. He supported it publicly. He backed it completely. He thought it was perfect. He was wrong. Detective Chris Reed opens his eyes, strapped to a chair with a video promoting the Mercy program playing on the screen in front of him. Then AI Judge Maddox appears. She announces the trial can now begin. His alcohol level is finally down. He was unconscious for almost 6 hours. She asks him to swear an oath to tell the truth. He does. Then Maddox tells him why he is here. He is being charged with the murder of his wife. Body cam footage plays on the screen. A team of officers entering Chris's house. Nicole bleeding on the floor. Their daughter Britt crying beside her. Nicole has been stabbed. When the officers ask her who did it, she says Chris's name. He watches in horror. He freaks out when he hears his name. Maddox tells him he was alone in the house with Nicole at the time of the stabbing. Convinced she is lying, Chris searches the internet. His name is all over the news, his arrest and his support of the Mercy program. It also comes out that Chris and his partner Jack arrested a murderer named David, the very first person ever tried by the Mercy Court. Maddox asks him to plead.
Not guilty.
Not guilty. She has already analyzed everything. Guilt probability, 97.5%. Here is how this works. To avoid execution, Chris must bring that number down to 92%. He has 90 minutes. He has access to the Los Angeles Municipal Cloud, the database every person and company in the city connects their devices to by law. If the number does not drop far enough, the chair kills him with a sonic pulse. A timer appears on the screen. Maddox starts going through the evidence. Chris arrived at work at 8:51, but he never left his vehicle. Instead, he drove home. Nicole refused to open the door. Told him to speak to her through a lawyer. A frustrated Chris punched the camera before opening the door with his own keys. Nicole tried to kick him out before the door closed. The footage skips forward. Chris was inside the house for 26 minutes. Then he left. Shortly after, Britt came home from a sleepover and screamed. The forensic picture is devastating. Nicole was stabbed by a right-handed attacker. A single wound, enough to chip her spine and pierce her liver. Fresh traces of Nicole's blood were found on Chris's clothes. After leaving the house, Chris went to a bar. He tries to deny it. Bar security footage shows him drunk, fighting the officers trying to arrest him, getting tasered, running out of the building and trying to take a random civilian's car. The officers jumped on him and knocked him out. Chris remembers none of it. Maddox blames the alcohol. He wants to speak to Britt. But the trial only allows adult witnesses. Juveniles are excluded. For now, Britt is staying with her maternal grandparents. There is, however, a provision. If the deceased was known to the accused, they can send a message to ask for a call in times of grieving. Chris tries a few different words, but he doesn't know what to say. He lets Maddox send Britt the automatic message instead. Then Britt calls. She is in tears. Desperate. Barely able to speak. Another rule. The accused can contact their personal sponsor. A video from Rob, Chris's Alcoholics Anonymous sponsor, appears on screen. He scolds Chris for not calling him when he had the urge to drink. Rob worked with Nicole. He was the one who called the police when she didn't show up for her shift. When the video ends, Maddox goes over the couple's full history. Chris and Nicole started dating 20 years ago. Married 3 years later. Britt came a year after that. Their lives were happy, until Chris lost his partner Ray in the line of duty. That loss pushed him back into alcoholism. It slowly tore the family apart. Nicole started to consider divorce. Her messages to family and friends show Chris lost his temper 57 times in the last 6 months. Then another clip surfaces. Britt talking to a guy Chris doesn't recognize. It turns out she has secret social media accounts where she posts her party outfits. She tells her friend that her mother is crying and that her father often gets aggressive. At that moment, Britt calls Chris directly. She breaks down completely. Chris assures her he did not kill Nicole, that his arrest is a mistake. Her grandfather forces her to hang up. Maddox reminds Chris he only has 1 hour and 8 minutes left. 1 hour and 8 minutes left on the clock. Chris calls Jack, still working the crime scene at the house. He checks all the case files on his screen, then asks Jack to walk him through every room live. A digital reconstruction overlays the tour in real time. Living room, a broken vase on the floor. Could have been defensive. Kitchen, Britt's bloody footprints on the tiles. Blood stains on the wall. A broken plate on the floor. Nicole tried to defend herself. A knife is missing from a set that matches the stabbing weapon. Chris's fingerprints are on it, but he says he used it to cook. They also found fibers, hair, skin, and DNA matching Chris at the scene. But Chris is not finished. He checks Nicole's phone records. He remembers seeing her texting after their fight. But there are no texts or calls that match that time. He asks Maddox about a work phone. Maddox didn't know there was a second phone. She gets the number from Chris's call records and dials it. Inside the house, Jack hears ringing. She follows it outside to a car at the curb. She breaks the window and retrieves Nicole's phone, a black market unit not registered to the municipal cloud. The only calls and texts on it were sent to another black market unit. Maddox calls the mystery number. The person hangs up the moment they hear her voice. But that is enough to trace the location. Jack heads there on her flying bike. While they wait, Maddox realizes that Chris already knew Nicole was keeping secrets. His guilt probability drops to 0.8%. The phone is traced to a hotel. Patrick tries to slip out the back door. Jack and 2 officers block the exit. He runs back inside. A chase breaks out. He loses them through a door with no cameras. Jack sends out a drone that finds him on the roof. Officers tackle him down to a lower level and capture him. Patrick says he did nothing and ran because he was afraid they would blame him anyway. Maddox pulls his profile. A chef. Behind on rent. Investigated twice for social security fraud. Chris asks what Nicole was doing with someone like this. Patrick says he gave her everything Chris couldn't. He was in love with her. Nicole had told him about Chris and their troubled marriage. They were in a relationship, but she was alive when he last saw her. He went to the hotel when he heard the news. Patrick's guilt probability comes in at 1.3%. He didn't do it. Chris calls Rob. But it is Holt who picks up. Holt wishes him good luck and goes to look for Rob. While they wait, Maddox tries to find Holt's location at the time of the murder. She comes up empty. Chris asks her to check the neighbor's camera again. Something is still moving in the bushes, but the footage has not finished uploading yet. Holt comes back to the phone. He cannot find Rob anywhere. A coworker says he left in a truck. Holt also confirms Rob did not come to work the previous day. The last time anyone saw him was at the barbecue, where he asked Holt to give the others a ride and stayed behind a little longer himself. Chris accuses Holt of stealing the chemicals. Holt tells the truth. It was Rob who was stealing them. Holt felt he owed Rob too many favors to say anything. Now Rob is gone and nobody knows where. Maddox tracks the missing truck. Chris sends Jack after it, remembering Rob has a firearms license. At the same time, the neighbor's footage finally finishes uploading. They watch Rob climbing out of a vehicle parked nearby. The guilt probability drops, but only to 93.4%, still above the threshold. The chair is still live. Chris argues with Maddox. The philosophical questions he throws at her cause her to glitch several times. 19 minutes left. Chris contacts colleagues in the force and flags Rob's weapons. Jack and a full team surround Rob's house and breach the front door. Empty. No truck outside. Chris realizes Rob pulled the tracker out and left it at home. Maddox searches the city for the license plates. Rob removed those too. Chris puts out an alert for a Viking shipping truck. Inside the house, officers find a torn old photograph. A hand visible on the ripped edge. Rob grew up in a children's home. His records were lost in a data hack. It will take Maddox time to trace it. In the garage, stolen chemicals. Burned evidence. Tools that show Rob was not selling them raw. He was cooking them into illegal substances. The truck's plates are also there. And a book on how to use chemicals to make explosives. If Rob has built a bomb, they need to know the target. Then the cameras find the truck. Speeding through downtown traffic. Heading directly for the judicial district. And at that exact moment, Maddox recovers the rest of the torn photograph. The other boy in the picture is David. The first person ever executed by the Mercy Court. The case that proved the system worked. The case that Chris helped build. David and Rob were brothers. Rob was adopted alone. His surname changed by his new family. The connection buried so deep even Maddox could not find it until now. Rob befriended Chris after David's death. The entire friendship was part of the plan from the very beginning. Chris understands immediately. Rob wants revenge. And the bomb is heading straight for the courtroom. A drone closes in on the truck and confirms Rob is behind the wheel. He is talking to someone in the passenger seat, but through the glare on the glass they cannot make out who it is. Chris gets suspicious. He calls his father-in-law. Britt stepped outside for some fresh air a few minutes ago. Chris pulls up the in-law's security camera. Rob took Britt. At that moment the officers still in Rob's garage find a timer. They run. Most make it out before the building explodes in a massive blast. Several officers burn. Chris screams for Jack through the comms. Nothing but static. Maddox runs the numbers. The garage used only a small amount of the chemicals. The truck is carrying the rest. Enough to blow up the entire city. Jack breaks through the static. Coughing. Alive. She agrees to go after the truck. Chris's guilt probability drops to 0. Maddox moves to stop the trial and release him. Chris says no. If he leaves the chair he loses access to the system. He needs to stay connected to stop Rob. Maddox points out he only has 9 minutes left and the chair could still kill him. Chris doesn't care. He wants to save the city. That logic makes Maddox glitch. Chris explains how they can work together for the greater good. Maddox agrees to continue the trial. Police cars swarm the truck from every direction. Rob dodges every blockade, pushes cars out of his path, hits civilian vehicles. A police car ends up crashing into a store. The news helicopters pick up the chase and broadcast it live. On the bridge a SWAT helicopter tries to lower one of its agents onto the truck. More police cars block the road. Rob drives through them at full speed and the agent has nowhere to land. Jack has no choice. She orders her team to take Rob out. Chris reminds her that Britt is in that truck. Jack ignores him. Even Maddox agrees it is the best plan. A remote control car loaded with an explosive is sent beneath the truck. It passes underneath perfectly. But the connection fails. It does not blow up. Chris wonders if Maddox killed the signal deliberately. She does not answer. 4 minutes left. Maddox sends an evacuation alert for the surrounding area. Chris asks Jack to fly in front of the truck. He sees Britt through the glass, begging for help. He tries to make Rob see reason. Rob is furious. He starts to say David was innocent, but before he can say another word Jack opens fire. She loses control of the bike and falls. The truck crashes straight into the courthouse. At the same time the chair starts getting ready to kill. Maddox goes silent. The power is out and the system is running on a spare battery. 10 seconds left. The chair begins to lower. Chris screams for help. Maddox comes back online just in time and stops the trial. Chris takes the elevator down to the lobby. He grabs a vest from a fallen guard. He tells Maddox to pull everything on David. Then he steps into the dust and tries to talk Rob down. Rob pulls out the detonator. Before he can press it, Maddox appears on a cracked monitor on the wall. She offers him the chance to clear his brother's name. Rob swears he was on the phone with David at the time of the murder. Maddox counters. No phone was found on David when he was discovered at the scene. While Rob argues with Maddox, Britt bites his arm and breaks free. Chris launches himself forward. They fight for the detonator. Rob keeps firing his weapon. Chris pulls the cables out and shuts the bomb down. He kicks the gun away, picks it up, points it at Rob, desperate to avenge Nicole. Britt begs him not to do it. Chris hesitates. Rob insists again he was on the phone with David the whole time. He called the precinct. A woman answered and promised to look into it. Jack shoots Rob. Chris has to physically stop her from firing again. Barely alive, Rob says whoever arrested David knew the truth from the beginning. Maddox checks the precinct records. She confirms someone accessed Rob's history specifically to find his call with David. Chris remembers, it was Jack who arrested David. He demands the truth. Jack refuses to speak. But Maddox is already in her files. The phone had been logged as evidence. Jack removed it and threw it in the river. Then Jack admits it. She did it to prove to the public that the mercy system works and to keep the city safe. Chris tells her that what people need is not a performance of safety, they need justice. He orders the other officers to arrest her. Then he runs to find Britt. Maddox sits with the weight of what she has done. She executed an innocent man. She asks Chris what she has become. He looks up at the camera one last time. Just like humans, artificial intelligence can make mistakes. And just like humans, it must be willing to learn from them. The mercy court is adjourned.